And now this should work. Yes, finally, look at that. Oh, nice. Reactor Pistol, small and light weapon, fires a highly charged blast and has a slow recharge. Does not require additional ammo. Oh, wow. Greetings guys and girls and fellow gamers, my name is Games2Kicks and welcome back to Osiris New Dawn. We are now in need of carbon and hydrogen, and that's gonna be the main mission of today, because before we can do anything else, we need to do these two things. We need to get carbon and hydrogen so we can make plastic, fabricators, all that jazz, and then we need to think about the first vehicle we're gonna build, which is probably gonna be the hover bike, because this is the fastest one that you can build, and we need to get to caves. There's a cave nearby actually called Rahab's Womb or something like that, and that is the closest one to us, but we have no battery anymore, so we have no light, and we need lithium for that. So that should be interesting when we get to do that. Anyway, I hope you're gonna enjoy the episode. If you do, remember to kick that like button in the balls to support the channel and the series, and if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. So let's get started. Before we go off and look for hydrogen and carbon, we also gonna need rubber, and there's a rubber tree kind of this direction near the Ezekiel crater, I believe, and we actually go there first, and then we're gonna go to the hydrogen and carbon resources. One of the things I want to test is the weapons. So if we look at here, we have our trusted chisel, and with this chisel we can hit things obviously, and we tried out the other tools or weapons that we had, and somebody suggested, well, why don't you look if they work better on other resources. Look, say for example here, the flower. Yeah, we have the flower here. We hit the flower with the chisel, and we get 2 sword leaves for it, okay? So let's use the sai. Let's see what we get. We get nothing. So how many do we have? We have 4 in our inventory, so let's try that again. So I have a feeling that these things are seriously doing absolutely nothing. Also, thanks for letting me know that for the sap, to collect sap, we need to make empty jars. So if we go sword leaf, we have 4 in our inventory, we hit it again, and we get nothing. It just drops 1 then in the end, which is 2, but it does that randomly anyway. So, oh, that was the stone axe, sorry. So with the stone axe, it doesn't do anything. With the sai, so let's try the sai, which theoretically would make sense that you get something more from it. It gives you nothing, and nothing dropped. It completely destroyed it, actually. So let's try that again on the sword leaf. No, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So there seems to be 0 benefit in any of these tools. Now, I'm only going purely by damage, and that's why I have the sharp plate with me. Now, the same as the tree bark. So if we take the chisel, we get... Let me see. Let's go up on the tree. We get 2 tree bark. If we use the stone axe, we would think, hey, it's an axe. It should give us more. No, it gives us nothing. No, it just gives us player experience and melee experience. But we also get melee experience actually using a chisel. We get 6 player, 15 botany, and 10 melee. So there you go, we get that as well. And if we use the sai, we get nothing as well. So it seems that there is absolutely no use for the other tools besides that they are variety or choice for you to use as different melee weapons. Now, I'm not saying that there's nothing planned in the long term, but in the moment I'm just gonna stick with the shard blade, and that's it. I think I can see the trees already in the distance. That should be our target location. As you can see, our spawn's position is about 912 meters away. So we have to travel about 1 kilometer through crappy weather, poor visibility, and sandstorms, and possibly all sorts of other jazz. Nice, here's the rubber tree now. Excellent, so there we go, that was the coordinates, which is actually not bad. It's actually closer. We did a bit of a roundabout way. It seems to be closer to our base actually than the way I made. So let's just hit it a couple of times, and let's take as much as possible and then go back to base. And let's see what we can take on weight. We'll get mining leveled up, that's pretty cool. And I think it also drops actually rubber. So sometimes it drops rubber all around. Oh, it doesn't do that anymore, no? Okay, let's just keep hitting it. And let's see how much we can take. So I want to fill up on rubber. I mean, this is pretty light. We have a lot of room. So let's do that. And then bring it home. And once we're home, we're gonna be leaving for carbon and hydrogen. I already have a couple of barrels with me. And we're gonna see how much we can bring back to the base. Collecting rubber seems to be absolutely fantastic way of leveling up your melee, your play experience, your mining. Look at this, it's absolutely fantastic. It's so easy to level up, and we get like loads of points here. We get our mining up. Where's our mining actually? Here, mining keeps leveling up. That's amazing. Mining minerals to improve this proficiency. Every level will award you an engineering point to use in the skill web. That's fantastic. Look at all the points we have now. If we look at the skill pack 422, that's amazing. And we also have another 3 points here. So what I think I'm actually going to do, agility increases your movement speed. I like that. So between stamina and movement speed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 point in stamina for every 2 points in movement speed, or actually 1 point in movement speed. Let's make 1 first and see, because I also would like to continue. Fortitude is increase your health. In the moment I have no issue with health, so let's leave that 1 point here for now and see how it goes. We actually have to make a complete separate container just for our robot. That's how much we got. It's unbelievable. So let's build it over here. Or near here, because most of the rubber will probably be going in here, so we're gonna have to make internal storage. But let's put it on this side right here beside this guy. Structures, utilities, utilities. There we go. I still keep getting experience non-stop. You can see there on the top left, so I don't know if that's just catching up with what we did, because we mined so much, or if it's just broken. There we go. There is so much rubber we picked up. We have rubber for days now. I actually had a pipe still down there from the stuff when we were crafting the weapons. There we go. Because the inventory management is horrible in this game so far. Still, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, nothing auto sorts, nothing auto groups. Like, if you put multiple things of the same thing in the inventory, it just doesn't stack automatically. You have to drag and drop it into it. It's ridiculous. Pipes don't actually stack anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's get ready to go to the carbon and hydrogen repository and see what we can find. Oh yeah, we need to look for a battery. See if we have a battery. Oh yes, we still have a battery. That's amazing. So I don't know how we're gonna use it. Do we just click on use? Replace battery. Oh, cool. So it just gets used up. Awesome. So we're not going to be sitting in the darkness. Excellent. Okay, the carbon we're looking for, I actually made 2 beacon kits as well, so we can actually dump them on different locations that we come across that are of interest. Now, one location we're going to try to find is latitude 15.6, which should be close by, and longitude minus 16.4. So that's where we should be finding some carbon, and usually hydrogen is near where we can find carbon. Unbelievable. I actually found already hydrogen right over there. So, okay, I thought there was something. There's over here. Okay, let's turn the light on. We have a battery. Over here we can see just about in the distance the rubber trees, and over here we have a hydrogen deposit. That was actually very lucky. I hope there's some carbon in there as well. As far as I remember, there should be, because I think the very first time I played this game, we also had the same exact locations. Oh, balls. Woo! Nearly stepped into that, balls. Wow. Okay, that is... Oh, okay, yeah, we have some unfriendly guys here. They're critical hit. Nice. Okay, so let's get some carbon here. Yes, I hit him. There we go. Nice. Okay, so let's hit it for some carbon. And let's see how much we can carry. Oh, that's magnesium. So let's do that here. So seeing that it's that close by, actually, we're going to make a couple of trips. Excellent. So I'm gonna... Oh, wow, this is very creepy. Just to see how the beacon kits work, actually, let's use one. And let's just leave it here. Okay, you build it like a proper structure. Fair enough. You have to hold it there for 10 seconds. Excellent. We're gonna give it a name, and what I'm gonna do is we're going to go to the base and from the base between these two a couple of times to fill up a chest with hydrogen and carbon. And I think carbon is a lot of weight, so I think the next thing we should be probably doing is pick up the barrels for the hydrogen. I assume they still work the same way, that we just point at the thing and left click. Yeah, and it fills up. There we go. Very nice. I like it. Look at this. Our excrement collector is actually now blinking. Every time you log in, it takes about 28 minutes for the damn thing to create something. So I don't know what to expect. 30 minutes. There you go. So I'm already playing this for 30 minutes, and we get 3 human waste. Fertilized to be mixed with sand to create soil for growing crops. That is pretty cool. So we're gonna put our crop in here. That is really fascinating. Ah! So, and this clock resets every time you log in, so you have to play online for actual 30 minutes. So you see, I already played 30 minutes, and I think recorded about 10 minutes of content, something like that. Anyway. So what is next? We have all the resources we need. Now we have carbon, so now we can make plastic, and we have hydrogen as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So I think the next thing we're gonna do is create a fabricator, and we start creating the plastic for the fabricator, which we should be able to do now. So actually let's turn the light off because we have enough light in here, and let's just see what we can do in here. Okay, so we can make glass containers with water. Very nice. So all we need is oxygen. Oxygen is actually right around the corner, and I assume glass containers we can make them in the fabricator. So before we do anything else, we have rubber, so we don't have to worry about making it. Plastic is carbon and hydrogen, which is great. I'm gonna do that now, and that is what we need for the fabricator. We need 2 plastic. We have the aluminium. We can make the glass and the steel very easily, not to worry about there. So let's do the fabricator, and then we need definitely something that starts giving us water, because we have a water reclaimer. Needs ability sustenance, and wow, we need to make circuit boards and wires for that. A water reclaimer serves a perpetual water source for quenching your thirst and for filling bottles built inside the habitat. We definitely have to do that next after the fabricator. There's no way around that. And then we're gonna have to make some storage as well to be able to store all the hydrogen and carbon inside the actual habitat. Here we go. Here's the beauty. So let's build that fabricator. It only can go in the middle of the room. You can't put it anywhere else. And then we have to make the water reclaimer before we adventure anywhere else, because we're running out of resources that we got at the beginning of the game. I think this is my last water container I have. That's it. And we're just about okay with water. So after that, that's it. We have no more water. So what we can do now is the fabricator. What? What? A privately owned power source. There's a power source? Let me see here. That is new to me. I thought there was only external power sources. I thought this was okay. So we do have to worry about power sources now. Okay, that makes sense. So we probably should look into making a solar panel so that we can yeah, so we need the carbon and what else? I think okay, let's go outside. The forge makes the solar panel or the solar panel kit, whatever it's called. And then we can make a solar panel outside, which hopefully will be enough to power this and the camp table outside. I hope that's gonna be enough. Let's try this out. So let's build the solar panel kit. There we go. Solar panel kit. Nice. And then we should be able to build a small solar panel. Nice. Okay, so let's see. Power. Oh, it has a power circle. That is nice. I like that. So we should probably build it somewhere where it can reach the camp station here as well as this. Can it reach the camp station if we put it here? Maybe we should just put it right here. Let's point it that way. And I think that's it. Excellent. So we put it here, and that should hopefully have enough area coverage to reach also the outdoor camp station. Not that we need it now that we have a camp station in here, but it would be good. Excellent. So let's see. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. I don't think the other one can make that. So there is things that this camp station can make that the other one can't. Well, at least I think so. That is pretty awesome. I like it. So let's try this again. Let's go in here and see. I haven't seen the other things in that camp station here. Yeah, look at that. That is awesome. So there is a particular use for the other one. Sweet. And now this should work. Yes, finally. Look at that. Oh, nice. Reactor Pistol. Small and light weapon. Fires a highly charged blast and has a slow recharge. Does not require additional ammo. Oh, wow. We definitely have to do that. And, oh, we need lead. I don't have lead yet. And then we have a heat cell. Replaces depleted battery in flashlight. Craft time 1 second. Needs ability battery technology. Replaces depleted flashlight battery. So what's the difference between the two then? Okay. Maybe one lasts longer than the other. I assume it has to last longer. Seeing that that needs nickel, which is from a different planet, as far as I know. So we need to make some wire and some circuit boards now, because we need to make our water reclaimer, which is the most important thing, because we are out of water. We need ability sustenance, and we need to make all these ingredients. So let's go and see sustenance, where that is. So if we look at our skill web, we have a lot of points. I assume sustenance is going to be somewhere here. Computer technology, artificial intelligence, recreational, mechanized sustenance. There we are. Unlocks the ability to build habitat furniture, to gather water, and cook food. Nice. Let's do that. Sweet. So that should be no longer a problem. Yes. Excellent. So let's get all the resources and craft that water, baby. Small problem here. We can't actually make the water reclaimer because we need to make circuit boards which require lithium. So to get lithium, we're gonna have to go and hit a cave, which there is one near, but I don't want to do that right now. So I noticed that this chem station here actually does class containers with water. All we need is a container, which we have here. We can drink that just to fill it up for the last bit of water, so that we okay, 79 thirst. But we need to make more, so we need to go and get some oxygen, which means we need to make some more barrels. And there's oxygen actually just here behind that hill, so we should be all right. So all we need to do is make a couple of barrels. If we look here, barrels, there we go. All they need is some steel, so let's make some steel. Excellent, and makes 2 barrels. And then I think 2 barrels should be enough for now. I'm gonna take one more empty one from the from indoors, and then off we go to get some oxygen. So just over the hill here, we have our base behind us. Just here. And over here, we have the oxygen. As far as I know, that's oxygen anyway. So let's actually see. Hopefully it is. Okay, let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Is it? Is it? Let me see. Come on. Let me know. Yes, oxygen. Sweet. Fantastic. So let's put the barrels in, and let's pick up the... Oh, whoa, whoa, it just started out of nowhere. Balls. Okay, so we have this here. Let's take this out and let's put this barrel in. And let's leave the multi-tool here. And let's fill these 3 barrels up with oxygen. There we go. Nice. That is pretty cool. I actually like that you have the ability to do that like that. So it is very important to do the chemi station on the outside as well. It's a bit funny though, I still have a feeling that the order of things is a bit odd and doesn't seem to match up exactly, because we weren't able to make the solar panel kit until we were able to make until carbon and hydrogen. So okay, fair enough, yeah, you find carbon and hydrogen and then you're gonna start making the outdoor chemistry table. That gives you water, we have alien food to forage for food, so that's actually not bad. So the outdoor chemistry table is then for drink. Let's see where we're missing something. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay, so let's bring that back home. And then let's make some water. Let's try that out. Come on. Okay. Sweet. It used most of our hydrogen, but that is okay, because we finally got some water. Nice. That is awesome. So let's just drink this. Nice, we're fully full. And let's make the last one. Oh, it's not empty. Great, that is awesome. Fantastic. So the last thing we probably can do without needing lithium is the printer, which is the outdoor crafting table. I would assume it's the equivalent of a fabricator, an outdoor fabricator. So seeing that we do have now rubber, so if we look at what we can actually do, the printer is here. So aluminium, glass and steel we can make, so we need just a little bit of rubber. So let's take some rubber from here. Oh, no, just 3. And actually let's put all that back. There we go. We need only 3 rubber as far as I know. Yeah, 3 rubber, then 5 aluminium, 3 glass, and 4 steel. I think I have all that outside. Anyway, this is the last thing I'm gonna be doing in this episode. I'm gonna leave this episode here, guys. So let's just see. We have glass. We should have the glass. Yes. Leave 1 behind. 3 glass. I think that's what it was. Beautiful. And then 4 steel. So we have the required aluminium. There we go. And let's make 5 steel. 1, 2, 3. Leave 1 behind. And there's 5 steel. Excellent. So let's craft that baby and see how it works. We have power over here, that's for sure. So why not build it right here? Beside that, I think the power grid is strong enough here. Just in case it isn't, we build it over here. Excellent. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to kick that like button in the balls. And I hope I see you guys in the next episode. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Until then, as always, viel Spaß and happy gaming. Well, let's have a look what this printer does. Okay, so it does assault rifle, very good, but we need so many materials for that, including lithium, so that's out the window. Battery out the window because of lithium. Okay, so the only things that you really can craft between the outer printer and the outer chemistry station before you get to lithium is bandages, glass containers, and filling the glass containers up here with liquid. Yeah, we don't need any of that jazz yet. Like, I suppose you can make some of these guys from it, I'm not so sure. Yeah, there you go. We could do that from sap and all that. So to collect sap, the outer printer is very good because it creates empty jars, and to make water with the chemistry station. So there is a good use for it to have these 2 things actually there as well.